Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
You're listening to and now watching Grand Theft Audio with Jake Belcher. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Belcher. Ooh, shit, Jake Belcher, that's me! Hey, everybody, this is Jake, and you're back here on Grand Theft Audio Radio. It is November 4th, 2015. I think the idea of checking into when it is makes sense because I don't want you listening to this Saturday and thinking, oh no, some of these things are like happening right now because that's a couple days later. But it makes more sense as to why I make what the date is. But we have joining me on the show today. I get to join her every week on her show here on T Radio V, and I've been blessed to meet some crazy people. Like you are so connected with Hollywood. Like you've been around for enough time to make very good friendships with people. With the people who come on your show, you can tell have a deep affection for you. And I think that my audience will by the end of the show, too. So, ladies and gentlemen, Aida Rodriguez.
Hey! Oh, there's my camera.
Yeah, that's true. You're here. Yeah, you're in a different spot because I'm in your normal seat.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I'm behind that glass, like engineering the show at the same time. So.
It's so funny because people see me and they'll say, hey, what's up with Jake?
Who is that guy?
No, they know you. I Snapchat you.
Sure. Well, what is up with Jake?
I know. What's up with Jake?
Yeah, I just kind of ended up here at T Radio V on kind of a weird, random whim. And then one day, like the beginning of your show, like somehow maybe the guest didn't show up. And we just started talking on the air. And we found out that we have similar ideals of what it means to have a truth about something.
Absolutely. And I know, so I feel safe when you're on the show because I know that even if the guests go left,
sure,
that you and I will always meet in the place of truth. Because a lot of people don't want to tell the truth because they want to. They're afraid.
Yeah, you see people kind of squirming in their seats when some of the subjects come up that we discuss.
Yeah,
it's not the gentlest show in the world. Like we get into some real stuff, and I love it.
Yeah, no, and you're really, really honest, and you are very true to your point of view. And you always have something to say that throws people for a loop. Your perspective. You have such a diverse background and such a people think that struggle only belongs to minorities.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they have no idea that everybody has a story. Some people don't have everybody has a story,
I guess so white people, like we're not all plane wrapped. Like we didn't all just kind of fall out of the same box of toys, No,
and all white people are not the same, and some white people come from Iowa, and white people come from
and some are content to stay in Iowa. That's what I don't get. I love people who come from Iowa, but I'm always confounded by the people who like stay there. I visited there a couple of times. I could not live that lifestyle. I have to be here in Los Angeles where there's always something to go and do and something to have. You're on the road a lot. How do you deal with going to places of lesser nightlife and enjoyment and fun? And
it's hard for me. Well, I don't, because we stand up. We don't really have much of a nightlife. By the time we're done, everything is pretty much over.
That's true. I guess a lot of your nightlife is built into the job.
But I will say that it's hard, like just to eat. I have to have a Whole Foods where I go because I don't eat a lot of stuff. I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat dairy. I'm one of those people that annoys people from the rest of the country. They're like,
that does sound
California.
terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds like don't invite you to the party because what do we serve?
No, but I eat it. I mean, I'll find something to eat. But so when I go on the road, it's like, I was impressed. Jacksonville has a Whole Foods, so I got to go.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just hard. It's really. I was in Atlanta, and people think of Atlanta as this metropolis.
Sure, it seems that way.
Yeah.
It's not a place I have a lot of experience.
Yeah, but it's just this little cluster of businesses, and then everything around it, it's like kind of rural living. And it's like, you can be in one place and there's like a KKK headquarters, and then you're in this place and you're in like the Black projects. And it's so interesting. Like it's so like LA, the pockets of the wrong turns, and you end up in such a different place. So
yeah, LA is a turn by turn. Like, what are you going to be in? I guess I don't really think about that for other towns.
No. LA is really, really So interesting, though. I like it here, though, and I like the weather.
How long have you been here for?
15 years
And where did you live previously?
in Miami, Florida. And I don't miss Miami. And no, Miami and Los Angeles, everybody's like, oh, it's kind of like the same. It's not.
I think it's the same if you only judge like a couple of categories.
Right.
Is there nightlife? Yes.
Yes.
Is there nightlife? Yes. Like those things are together. Is there a beach? Yes. There's a
Yes.
beach in both places.
Good point.
There's some filming that goes on in both places, you know? But if you start looking at like what the breakdown of the city is,
So
and,
different. And the weather,
yeah.
even. Like, it's so humid in Florida.
Yeah, it's gross down there.
And here it's hot and dry. It's a different type. It does cool down here. It never cools down there. You know, it rains so much.
Yeah, it rains when you're in the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, you're out in the-
yucky and gross.
Yeah, and the sun comes out right after the rain, and then it'll rain again, and then the sun comes out again.
I feel we're basically blessed here. I mean,
Oh,
this is the
absolutely.
best place. If there was any place that was better, you know, famous people would live there.
Yeah,
But
no.
this is where famous people live because it is the best.
I think so.
Yeah, I do too. All right, so we have a couple things on Grand Theft Audio that we do every week,
Okay.
and I think we have enough time to do a couple of them before we go off to our first break. I love to look at holidays and
Oh,
things
nice.
that we're supposed to be celebrating.
Nice.
So there are monthly holidays, weekly holidays, and daily holidays.
Okay.
A couple of the monthlies that we're celebrating for the month of November include, this is American Indian Heritage Month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I guess it makes sense. Like we have Thanksgiving, so maybe this is the one that we've decided to give them. What do you know about Indians?
Well, I know that they don't like to be called Indians.
Okay. What do you know about? Well,
Natives?
American Indian Heritage Month. I mean, that's what they're calling it. American
I know, but
Indian
who
Heritage
called
Month.
it that?
They did. I mean,
Who's they, Jake?
the
What are we
American
talking about?
Indian Heritage people. Who are they? You're right. I should look into this.
I
So, what do you
know.
know about Native Americans?
I know. I know what I know.
Do you have any Native American friends?
I do. I do have some native friends. We call them the natives. There are a few comedians that are natives. They have, they have a strong sense of community. They love the land. They honor animals, and they respect them, even though they, when they kill to eat, it's still a level of respect for human life that I think is abundant, and I respect it. There is a love, a deep respect and love for the earth, and I think that they're outside of the stereotypes that you hear that they love alcohol and whatever.
Firewater.
Firewater.
That's what they call it because
yeah.
they have a different name for everything. Maize.
What do I know about the natives? They differ from tribe to tribe, and I grew up in Florida with the Seminole and the Cherokees, and they're very into the gaming business. They have
Sure, I think that has been a what we consider to be a gift from our government to the Indian people to allow them,
reparations.
to allow them to make money off of our most base, terrible ideas. We can get rich quick. Now we get to trick the Americans. I think is the basic idea.
And the
there.
Asian people, because they come out in droves.
Sure, they are big into that as well. All right, let's see. Another one of the holidays we have this month is Banana Pudding Lovers Month.
Oh,
Okay. Do you like banana pudding?
I do not like any kind of pudding.
Wow, none at all?
No, I'm not a
Did you have a bad pudding experience?
My
or?
mom used to. That was like the go-to dessert when I was little, and she would spoon feed us the pudding, because she said it had a lot of not vitamins, but protein.
There's a lot of love in this, sir.
No, because she wanted my mom liked her babies to be fat, so we would eat our food, and then she would spoon feed us pudding, and because it would.
Was it a specific type of pudding? Is there a Puerto
remember
Rican popular pudding?
No, I remember a tapioca.
Sure, that's what was in my mind. Is what was being served there with those little balls in them?
I didn't like that one.
Yeah, that is not a good pudding.
No, I used to eat the chocolate one. That was the easiest one for me to eat.
Yeah, chocolate. Chocolate's delicious. You can always go with chocolate. I used to be a big fan. Like I would have a bad day if I didn't have my pudding pack at school. Like that was the thing I had to bring so I could rip it off and lick the aluminum top and throw it away. Like that was my favorite part of the day.
So you did like pudding.
I did like pudding. Yeah, pudding's delicious. But
This consistency is a little weird.
okay, I don't like tapioca for sure. I don't like the little bumps in it. I can take any smooth pudding. And truth be told, I was more of a Jello person. Like Jello's
Oh, yeah.
delicious.
I didn't like Jello either.
Wow.
So we had to stop eating Jello when I was little because my family became 7-Day Adventists, and they don't eat Jello because of the bones. Like they used cow bones and
I've always heard that idea that they like grind up cow bone in it or something.
and so they don't. We didn't eat Jello. But
I don't know what's going on out there, but we got some party going on outside.
I know, always.
Let's see the last monthly one we'll look at. This is also Family Stories Month.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, so like it makes me think of Thanksgiving dinner and those types of things. Tell me a story that you heard too many times at the family dinner table when you were growing up.
Oh gosh, they're not like conventional stories, like family stories.
Sure.
My family stories are. Do you remember when my grandmother pulled out her gun on the local drug dealers in her neighborhood?
Whoa.
They threatened her. She went upstairs and got her .38 specials, and she started shooting the drug dealers. And
Crazy.
They called the police on her, and she got arrested.
Wow, they took her away instead of the drug dealers?
And she was in her 60s.
Wow.
So I mean, it was a war. My brother had to bail her out of jail, and it's a story that we laugh at now.
Sure.
But it was really weird.
Let's see, I'll tell a story about my grandma. My grandma was a smuggler.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We got gangster grandma.
We did. She would take this train back and forth from like Germany to Austria every day, and she would smuggle things out of and into Germany from Austria. So like she made friends with the guards, and they would never check her, and they started realizing that they weren't. So she was a student, and she would just bring things back and forth and make a bunch of money doing that. So
I love it.
I heard that every year on Thanksgiving, and I always get to hear like how she'd have things hidden in her pockets on the train, and yeah, it was cute and fun. Hey, we're gonna go when we come back. We're gonna look at some of the weeklies and see where we go, and a couple of dailies as well. So, this is Jake Belcher. You're watching T Radio V. I'm with Aida Rodriguez, and we'll be back after this. Justin, I got some music playing here for some intro too on the host thing to get us in and out of some breaks. So there we go. All right, guys, we'll be back right after this.
What it do is your man Money Big from Digital Underground asking everybody to check out the Going Way Back show, your home for classic hip-hop, raw and uncut. Join me
and me, DJ Always,
as well as Ty Teasy bringing you the old school new news every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here
on T Radio V.
That's right, Radio NTV.
Hey, what's up? It's Tone Logan in the house, and you're tuned into T Radio V.
Now you done heard a lot of talk about me and my niggas. Them outlaw worldwide my figures. From triumph to tragedy, to right back on top, and niggas still mad at me. For pushing that big truck on 24, a square feet in ATL game lockjaw. Now that's what my nigga got shot for, being too motherfucking wrong for these fuckboys. See the darkness, see the light, he wanna kill it. Misery loves company, and that's the real shit. But in 2004.
Yo, what's up, what's up? This is Too Short, and you're watching T Radio V.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Crazy Bone.
Man, I'm the bum Keith G, man.
And whenever you sitting at home and can't shake the monkey off your back,
Yeah.
then just know every Wednesday from 7 to 9
That's
p.m.
right.
you can tune in to the Quick Fix and get your fix on, man.
Right here on TRadioV.com, baby.
Radio and TV.
Dawg, how they gonna see us on the radio then?
Radio, I don't know. Or is it TV and radio?
But it's
one of them.
I gotta figure this radio and TV thing out though, bro. I don't understand. I'm gonna tell my mom how she gonna see
Get
it.
it together.
All right, party people, we're back here on Grand Theft Audio Radio on T Radio V. This is Jake Belcher. I'm still with Aida Rodriguez. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys? Call 855-878-4652.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So give a call and we'll see what we can talk about. We're still in our holiday wrap-up. We have some weekly holidays. I think that these are things that are really paid by or put together by spokespeople, and like they have activists who try to go into Congress and say, Congress, we need to have this done. Because this first one, I don't know why anyone would celebrate these things. We have National Fig Week.
Fig? Like
fig.
Like the fruit?
Yeah, like fig fruits. Like there needs to be a week to celebrate figs.
Okay, I want to know the backstory on that one. If you know what it is, please
let us know. All I know about figs are the Newtons.
I know, and that's all. And you know what? I do not like fig Newtons.
Oh, really?
No, they're too. I have a thing with the consistency. Like, they're so gooey on the inside.
That was my mom's cookie. That was
my
like
grandmother.
Yeah, like when we went to the store, I would always get chocolate chip something. She always got fig Newtons.
Yeah,
I figured
my grandmother did too.
It had to be something that was generational because I thought they were yucko from the start.
Those are the Great Depression treats.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably
true. Probably just because there's nothing enjoyable about a fig Newton.
No, it had to have come from a time when there just wasn't any other good things to eat.
Yeah,
they are not good. Let's see another weekly thing. We have Drowsy Driving Prevention Week.
Oh, okay.
So I guess like this is an important one, and probably also in the comic world. There's a lot of driving late at night after your shows.
And what week? This is Drowsy Driving Prevention Week.
Yeah. So like you should go to Drowsy Driving. Watch videos on things you can do while you're driving, mental games to keep yourself up and aware and awake.
I'm going to do that because I've been sleeping on the road.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'll just pull over, though.
Yeah, they say that 1/6 of deadly accidents are because someone was drowsy during the accident, and 1/8 of all accidents that require someone to go to the hospital are because someone was drowsy.
Oh, wow. No, I don't like that.
So it's
and
worse.
Definitely comedians.
Yeah, it's worse than drunk driving. So, I mean, people need to wake up out there. Let's see what else we got going on this week. This is the kickoff. We're at the end of Halloween.
Okay.
So this is the kickoff to Dear Santa Letter Week.
Oh, okay.
Did you write letters to Santa when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Did you have a responsive Santa or one who kind of ignored your requests?
No, he never responded.
Yeah, mine either.
No, he never responded. And I think I don't know. It pisses me off when I think about it.
Oh, yeah?
The cookies would still be there. Like, it's like parents take notes. Like, if you're feeding them the Santa story, then you have to roll with the motif. Like,
sure, there's a certain responsibility that comes along with that, things that you have to do.
Yes, so I never got a response to my letter, and I hate writing letters now because of it.
Wow, that's what stuck with you.
Yeah.
I watched a commercial. It's going to be big here this holiday season for IKEA. Where they got all these kids and they had them write Santa and what they wanted. And then they said, okay, well, now we're going to have you write a letter to your parents about what you want. And all the kids wanted time, and they wanted an afternoon with them. They just wanted more family time.
Right.
And then they would ask the kids, well, which one do you want to mail? Do you want to let Santa know your presents you want, or do you want to let your parents know the things that you want? And every kid chose to mail the letter to their parents as opposed to the toy they wanted from Santa.
Well, because most kids don't get to see their parents that much anymore. Their parents are always working, and a lot of kids know that Santa doesn't work because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a good idea. They're like, Santa, yeah, right. I'm not wasting this. And anyway, who writes? They're probably emailing or tweeting their parents.
I became better at writing letters to Santa when I realized that this really was just an easy list for my parents to figure out Christmas things. Then I got it better. But I remember as a kid being confused as to why this person would want to know what I want when I don't have any interaction with them on any other time. So why is this just the way we deal with each other?
Right.
Weird one. All right, dailies. This is November 4th. There's some weird ones today.
I'm sure.
This is National Chicken Lady Day.
That's perfect because today is Jay-Z's birthday.
It is?
So National Chicken Lady Day.
I didn't get that it was Jay-Z's birthday. Interesting. We'll get into that, though, because I have some birthdays I want to get into also. Okay, so National Chicken Lady Day. This celebrates Dr. Marthinia.
Oh, no. He's December 4th. I'm sorry. I'm right. My bad. I take it back.
Yeah, because he wasn't on my list. I'd be really surprised. There is a big rapper whose birthday is today, one of the biggest ever. So we'll get into that. But anyways, National Chicken Lady Day is the day that honors Dr. Marthinia Tina Dupree, who tells
I
everybody.
thought you were gonna say Dr. Martin Luther King, and I was gonna say.
Sure, that'd be weird. Yeah, why would you be the chicken lady person?
Chicken lady and Martin Luther King.
Those do not go together at all.
Well, in the racist mind, that might
Sure.
go a little bit together.
Sure, but I don't think that's what's happening here, you know?
I know.
Here's what it is. This lady is really big with like public speaking. She wants everybody to know that they have the power inside them to get up and speak in public. So don't be a chicken. So this lady
so that kind of chicken.
So that kind of chicken. So National Chicken Lady Day. She told everybody, don't be a chicken and get up there and speak and use your voice in public. And
What's her name?
Her name is Dr. Martin Luther King. No, wait, I'm sorry. It's Dr. Marthinia Tina Dupree.
You know what? Dr. Marthinia was onto it. She's telling people, don't be a chicken because chicken gives people cancer. She was letting you know.
So that's pretty awesome. I like that. Okay, so we have two more for today. We have National Candy Day.
Okay, so come on, America. A few days after Halloween, you're gonna have National Candy Day, and then you wonder why we have diabetes and we're dealing with issues of obesity with our kids. So, you know what? 5 days ago, we had all this candy. Now, you know what? Today is officially National Candy Day. I'm opposed.
You've hated every other dessert thing so far.
I'm not big on sweets.
Do you have a favorite candy, or are they all?
No, I like candy. I'm not a big. I won't eat candy like just. I have to be in the mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have been known to dance around with a Snicker.
That is the #1 most popular candy in America.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like toffee.
Toffee's very good.
Yeah, and I love peanut brittle.
Peanut brittle's good too. Those are delicious candies.
People used to tell me when I was younger that I liked old white lady candies. They're like
a jar of hard candy or something.
Peanut brittle, dude. Like the kids don't like peanut brittle.
No, that's not good living.
No.
That is definitely something for older people. But I can see why they're telling you this.
I love peanut brittle and toffee. Like I like a Score bar.
Yeah, we make homemade toffee every year. I make delicious toffee. I'll bring you some for.
I would love some
for
I love
Christmas this year.
Yeah, I love toffee.
My favorite candy, I loved Abba Zabbas, which was like that toffee with the peanut butter on the inside of it.
Those are pretty good.
Man, those are delicious. If I have one of those that's been warm in my pocket for a couple of hours and it's just that perfect consistency, that is good living.
You know what a Chico stick is?
I do. Those are delicious too.
I like those.
Those are good too. I like a lot of those old candies that are harder to find now.
Me too. Razzles.
A bit of honeys.
Yeah, those are good.
I mean, those are all like the classic Mary Janes. Like those are all just
Mary
delicious.
Janes are delicious.
Yeah, I could even just take a square of Brock's, like just the caramel.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good.
They're so pure and delicious. And every time you eat one of those, it brings a smile to your face. Last holiday for today. Today is Use Your Common Sense Day.
That should be every day.
It should be, but it clearly isn't. Like, it can't be in a world where Donald Trump is
running for president.
Yeah, and basically getting taken serious.
President Camacho from Idiocracy.
We are getting closer and closer to that all the time.
Let me ask you a question. How long has that been a holiday?
National Common Sense Day. I didn't look up the link. I totally should have opened that. Not long enough.
No, I wonder. Like they say, you know what? We just don't have our shit together. So we're going to designate one day so we can dial in and be real and just tap into our common sense. And every other day.
That'd be nice, but I don't even know what would come of it if we just decided to all just do it for an hour. We're just going to use our common sense for an hour.
I would just love to know what the origin of that is. I'm going to look it up because
that's a good question.
I would love to know who said, hey, you know what? We need a day where everybody uses their common sense.
It would be great if it could be all the time. You're right, but
It'd
basically,
be funny if the holiday originated in like Zimbabwe.
I don't even have a term for common sense. I can't imagine that they get distracted with as much bullshit as we do here.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that if it came from like Nepal or somewhere, that wasn't.
There
like
would be something beautiful about that for sure. Yeah,
that we stole it from somebody else, like everything else.
Yeah, we're just appropriating it from some other country. That sounds about right. Here we go. One more thing we're gonna do before we go to our break. I like to think about celebrities and aging and all that stuff. We're in America. Aging means a lot, and how you make yourself look as you go on. And we have celebrities, and they're just like us. They have birthdays also. You know,
Right.
so we have some celebrities having birthdays today. I want you to try to guess how old these people are turning today.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We'll start off with Diddy, the big rapper.
Oh, Puff is 47.
46. That's pretty darn
Oh,
good.
he's 46, 47.
How about Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey has to be close to 50. So is he 49?
He is 46, the same as Diddy. They share an actual birth date.
Really?
Yeah.
McConaughey looks a little older.
He does look older than that.
Yeah.
How
I think
about-
it's because he got too skinny and he started to look gaunt.
Yeah. It's not the best look on him for sure.
Yeah.
How about Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid?
Oh, okay. So Ralph Macchio has to be 50 something. He's got to be like 53.
You're pretty good at this. 54 years old.
Yeah. 50.
How about Jeff Probst? He's the host of Survivor.
45.
53.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought, well, you know what? He looks good for his age.
How about Kathy Griffin?
Ooh, Kathy Griffin. No, Kathy, 48.
Little higher.
She's 50.
Little higher.
52.
Little higher.
55.
55 years old today for
She's
Kathy Griffin.
55?
55.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she was she obviously she's been around for a long time. I mean, you can think back to her things from her in like the 90s and stuff. So she's
Yeah, you know what? I forget about how long she's been around because she goes away sometimes. I think it's 55. Okay.
How about Marky Post?
Oh, Marky Post is.
We have to remember her. She was on Night Court.
So she's got to be 60, right?
She becomes a senior citizen today at 65 years old. Last one, we've got Doris Roberts.
82.
Little higher.
She's older than that?
Yeah.
85.
Higher.
89.
Higher.
She's 90.
90 years old today for Doris Roberts. Holy shit, 90.
Wow.
That's not a number that you hear a lot that people have made it to. So congratulations,
Well,
Doris.
Cicely Tyson is up there too. So wow.
Was it her birthday?
No, not
Then
her
no
birthday.
congratulations for Cicely Tyson.
No, but she's like 90 something.
I became honestly that even at 90 though, like who is his name that would say happy birthday to the 100-year-old people on NBC News in the morning? Wilbert Scott that was his name?
Yes.
She's still 10 years away from that. I used to marvel like Smuckers presents all the people turning over 100 today.
Oh my God!
Those
you know
are
it's
great.
funny like when you see like people like Doris Roberts because in Hollywood we're such bullshit people. She looks great for her age. Like, what are you supposed to look like when you turn 90?
She's doing it, man. She's doing it for sure. I'm sorry. Hey, we're going to be back here on Grand Theft Audio. We're going to talk on the other side about some Halloween badness as we wrap up that season. We're going to also talk about just some other things and talk about you and hopefully get a clip of your stand-up to show everybody what you really do, you know. So, we'll be back right after this.
If the fish swam out of the ocean and grew legs and they started walking, and the apes climbed down from the
This is Quick Fix Radio. Quick Fix Radio.
Yeah. Check it out, y'all. We back in the building. What's going on?
Sir, what it do? We got some super special guests up in the place,
In the
man.
building, we got all 5 live in the building. Bone Thugs in the building. Everybody.
We up in here
Tonight, y'all.
Not
What's going
one.
on?
Hey man, I had to come see what this TV radio what this all about. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
We got Game on the line. Game, what's going down, baby?
What up? What up, Craig?
What's going on? Oh man, we got EPO
Double
deal.
OG.
Who's this on the phone with us?
Yo, what up, man? It's Akon.
Oh, in the building. Line, who is this on the line?
Be real.
We got Be Real. Oh, Be Real. Who this we got on the line?
This Ty Dolla $ign right here.
What up, Ty Dolla $ign in the building. Thanks to all the fans for stopping by.
The Quick Fix with Crazy Bone, right here on T Radio V.
out of the ocean and grew legs and they started walking. And the apes climbed down from the tree.
All right.
I like the music.
Yeah, this is Tame Impala. They're a great band out of Australia. Really, really like them.
Nice.
They're awesome. One thing I have always loved about doing radio and doing all these shows is being able to find all these songs and put them all as intro and outros. And we've had Kendrick Lamar for a while going with "All Right" in and out on.
Yeah, we got to change it.
Yeah, I've been. I switched to the instrumental version of it in the middle of last week's show because I had a hard time finding a good usable part of that song. But yeah, it's we'll mess around with some other stuff.
Yeah, no, because I have a reverend coming on the next show.
Oh, sure.
And she
The
listened to
instrumental
one of
version's
my.
good. Right?
Yeah, she listened to it and she was like, "Yeah, we can't use that song."
Sure. Well, we'll use the non. N-word version of it because he uses it liberally, but it's such good music. It really sucks to, and he doesn't put out a clean version of it. So like you either disrespect the artist and listen to like a watered down version of something, or like you have to find something else. Unfortunately, but I love that song. It just so encapsulates what the world should be like
right now.
Yeah, as long as we have each other, we're gonna be all right. And
I agree.
But unfortunately, he uses bad language to express that point. All right, since we're on like the subject of your show and stuff, let's get into a little bit more about you. You are a stand-up comedian.
I am.
You got known nationally for making it very far in Last Comic Standing.
Yes.
Did you find that to be a positive experience?
It was for me. It changed my life. I walk into things thinking that they are just going to be what they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty laid back in life. Like I never think like this is going to be the thing that changes my life. I think a lot of my friends who are really very, very neurotic and that are artists that are, they're waiting, looking for that opportunity. For me, every opportunity is what it is. I was like, I'm going to get to do my stand-up on television. I'm not going to change. I don't code switch. I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to have a good time. And the people that like me will find me, and the ones that don't will go away, and that's it. So it was good for me because I started, it really helped me with my headlining. And it got me some opportunities. I hosted a major award show 2 years in a row because of it, and some awesome things have come of it because of it. So I thought it was great. It was good for me.
Okay, so I have to imagine that your family couldn't have been thrilled that you decided that you wanted to go like the comedy route. Did this help validate that decision?
A little bit, yeah, it did. Well, my family is not a very traditional family, so I didn't really give a damn what they thought. I thought that going on the other direction from being a drug addict and an alcoholic, that I would be okay.
It's already an improvement.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not something conventional for Latin people to have a female that does something that is perceived to be so masculine. And so it's not, my mom had no concept of what like the business of comedy is. So she would walk around saying, who does she think she is? J-Lo? And I'm like, no.
That's not who you're trying to be.
Not at all. But
has she come and seen you do stand-up?
She did. She saw me perform. I headlined the club, the Home Field Comedy Club in Miami, and my mom. And I was talking about how she used to beat us when we were little, and she stood up and waved like, it's me. Like
took a bow?
Yeah,
yes. I did do that.
It was really funny to see my mom do that because everybody started clapping. And I was like, oh, everybody in here is crazy.
Wow, sure. But what a weird place for an audience member to be, too, Like, you can't boo, like, that's not nice. You can't beat your children.
Yeah, no. But it was just like, they even still beyond that, there was a little bit more of like, that's what the nation needs, and it was just funny. But yeah, my mom is a big fan of my work now, and she called me today and was like, you don't have any new videos on, the internet.
Well, getting called out. Yeah.
And she's like, I'm tired of seeing the same jokes over. Have you been writing new jokes? So I thought it was pretty funny.
Wow. Oh, that's a kind of a backhanded thing by Mom. Yeah, I mean, it's good that she wants to watch and see some new stuff, but sometimes you got to tell your fans to wait.
Yeah, I don't put stuff on the internet, though. The stuff that's on the internet has been put up by other people. I try to keep my stand-up off the internet because, one, I'm not an internet comic, and I want people to be aware of who I am, so I do have my TV sets up there because they are accessible. But when I'm working out my new material, I don't want to put it on the internet and ruin it, having an opportunity to really develop.
I guess Chris Rock made a point about that a couple years ago about how hard it is now to be able to keep your stuff, especially once you make it to that level. Like, and you're now a name level. Like when you walk into these other towns, like they're there to see you.
A lot of them are, yeah, and they do record, and and it's so awkward because when you're not Chris Rock, they'll say, "Who do you think you are, Chris Rock?" So it's like you can't win for losing. But I try my best to keep it off the internet because I think that the internet is where things go to die.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why in the middle of that I had something that come to mind. Hey, look, honestly, like this just go out right now, but maybe later you want to cut it. But this just came to mind. Hey, how come we're all like mad at like Bill Cosby for what he's done? When like we're letting a comic go around right now that's very famous and treat women poorly. I
think because Bill Cosby's black. And I think that there's a racial component to it. Yeah, I don't condone rape in any way. I don't think that what Bill Cosby did was, I think it's horrible, and I think that there will be consequences for what he's done. I mean, if not, legally, I believe in karma. But I also think that there's an exasperation within the country about him. I think that there's also the fact that people feel betrayed by America's dad. Like they perceived him as being this, this iconic father figure. But I also think that because he's black and the majority of those women were white, it's a little bit more appalling to see that, those Jell-O pudding pops he was putting in people's mouths with his old black penis.
I just think that, so like there is something going on right now with the comic. This is where I brought this up in the first place.
Are you talking about Louis C.K. when the podcaster said?
Yeah. Like, how come he seems to be getting a free pass on it though? Like.
Well, I mean, I think that popularity rules in this country as well. And I think Bill Cosby's not. He's old, and we're an ageist society.
Yeah, it's easy to tell the old guy to fuck off.
Yeah,
especially once he's told some people some things that they don't really want to hear.
Yeah, and I want you people to know that are not aware, who think that this might be my way of defending Bill Cosby. I don't need an excuse. If I wanted to defend him, I would. He'll tell you.
Sure.
I don't hide behind anything. I speak my truth, whether you like it or not. But I will tell you this. Bill Cosby's not the only male comic that has been guilty of sexual assault on females. There are some predators out there, not just in comedy, but all over the place. And for you to take such great issue with him, and be okay and tune in every week to Charlie Sheen after he, physically assaulted the mother of his children in front of his children, speaks to your hypocrisy. So if you are going to take issue with Bill Cosby, then you have to take issue with all of the men who mistreat and sexually abuse and assault women.
Yeah, that's right. You can't just be like one person, and we need to talk about what's going on right now.
He's become like the Antichrist, and like they want to. It's like the Lord of the Flies. Like
sure.
they want him to die.
Strong similarity there for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go to our last break. We're gonna come back on the other side and wrap some things up. Let people know where they can find you and things like that.
Yeah. And then you're gonna do I'll say it for you.
Yeah, basically. So come on back. We'll be back after this. T Radio V, Grand Theft Audio, Jake Belcher, Ida Rodriguez.
Yes.
Yes.
I hate that.
The real deep down here is the Holy
Oh, you're forgetting the other thing.
I played a news anchor, and he played a reporter.
Okay, but the other thing you did, the thing you did on the Andy Dick show, who did you play to Andy?
Oh, is that gonna play my sister?
You played his wife, Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played his wife.
Yeah.
You
So
guys
what's wrong
have
with that, Elijah?
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's got a great range as an actor.
Yeah, it just was funny.
Encounters with Eric and Eliza Roberts, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
Andy D on T Radio V. Bing, bang, bing, boom, right?
Yeah.
Andy D on T Radio V. Bobbity, bibbity, bobbity, boo. Andy D on T Radio V.
The Andy Dick Show, Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on T Radio V.
Wow!
But we'll do it. We'll do it better when the show actually starts.
Hey, my fellow thoughters out there. I'm Charles Shaughnessy. Check out my new show, Here's a Thought, with Charles Shaughnessy, August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. Now, you know I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you have to say. So tune in, grab your phones, call me, tweet me, email me in the studio, and let's get this conversation going. Here's a Thought, starting August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. That's radio in TV.
Now, people always try to straighten things out. But you see, we live in a rectangle of all kinds. Everything's straightened out. Wherever you look around nature, you find things all being straightened out. You know, people, they're always trying to put things in boxes. Those boxes.
I'm a single mom and I'm rageful, right? You know, I'm bad. I'm mad. I have a 17-year-old daughter and I don't like that bitch. Can I say that? I love her, but I don't like her. I mean, I can't say that at home. It's considered child abuse, right? I don't like her. She drives me crazy. She's so hormonal. She runs track and never wins races. Can I say that here? Are you guys too sensitive? You know, she comes home with participation ribbons. I'm like, really? You came home with the white ribbon? They gave you this for showing up, bitch. I want the blue ribbon. Right? The kids with the stitches in their heads got this. Right? She came to me and she said, my friend Molly said her parents said it doesn't matter if you win or lose. All that matters is if you try your best. I said, did you say parents with an S on the end? Are you showing off, bitch? Damn, Molly and her parents with the S on the end. You better run like the wind. Or I'll drop you off at the track and make you run home to get a little perspective. She came home the other day and told me she had a bully. And I'm like, this is not racial, this is generational. I'm like, bully? Bully? You don't have a bully. What you have is, that's called rites of passage. Right? You don't always have a bully. One day those bullies will be called taxes. That's life. Right? What you have is, she's 17 years old. I said, what you have is a year to do something about it before it's a felony. That's what you have.
Good points there for sure. Hey, okay, this is Jake Belcher here on Grand Theft Audio Radio on T Radio V. We're back with Aida Rodriguez.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, so, okay, we talked about your mom seeing your stand-up. Have your kids ever seen your stand-up?
Absolutely. Help me write it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
That's
they
good.
do. They sit down with me and they write jokes and
say this about me.
Yeah, and they actually think it's funny because they're so entitled. Like my daughter not winning these races, this is so funny to her. She's like, it was painful for me. But yeah, they actually have. They're I don't say anything on stage they're not okay with.
Mm-hmm.
I won't berate them or make them feel. They know what the point, the greater point is behind the comedy is to give mom a TV show. No, I'm joking. But they know that it's really just to make a statement about, you know, where we are now and just being honest about parenting and things that we experience in life, which people tend to lie about.
Yeah, great experience there. Like a great point there on bullies. You know, we need bullies. This whole idea that we're trying to eradicate them and take them out of everything is asinine. It's criminally crazy. Like people have to have bad things happen to them so they can see like how they react to it and how they bounce back and how things go.
And something to rise up. And you know, and there are different types of bullies. Like it's not like everybody can't be your bully. Like some people can just beat you up in a fight. You lost the fight. That doesn't mean you're not. That's your bully. That just means you lost the fight. Or, you know, and I also think that we're creating a culture of victims when we do that. There is something valuable in learning to stand up to that one person who continues to mess with you. And I don't mean like the bullies, the demonic bullies that go around assaulting people and beating them to a pulp, and there's a bunch of them. I'm talking about that one person who continues to create adversity in your life until one day you stand up to them and you both learn a lesson. They figure out, oh, he's not scared of me. And then you learn, once I stood up, they left me alone. And I think there's something valuable in that.
I don't know. So I was kind of a bully.
Were you?
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to eradicate your people.
No, I just don't. I just think it's impossible. I think that I think I probably made some people better by kind of being jerks to them when I was in like elementary school and stuff. Like,
How so? Tell me.
I think they probably learned how to deal with things better. You know.
Well, I mean, you got to learn. There's always going to be, I've seen comedians get bullied. Like I've seen male comics bully other male comics. And not because they're younger, but they just have that personality, and
like they have an ER in some area. They're funnier, they're faster, they're quicker, they're stronger. There's some ER that lets them
do what. But I think also that everybody shouldn't be classified a bully. Like I think we've really they say it's an epidemic, and I'm like, oh, you people and your epidemics. Is diabetes a freaking epidemic?
Here's the area that I don't know about it and how it really affects people, and that's cyberbullying. That's one area that I've never participated in. And I don't know how it actually makes someone a better person. But just
I know.
But just on okay, so you're on the basketball court and you're shooting and like you make a shot over someone like suck my dick, you fucking suck. Like that's kind of bullying to them and telling them.
No, but you know what? I wrote a blog entry, a blog post about these kids because there was a year where there were about 20-something 11-year-olds that committed suicide. And I would say that they had all been bullied. And then there was this one kid who Asher was getting beat up in Texas all the time. And they threw him down some stairs. And he was little. He got thrown. The day he killed himself, he had been thrown down some stairs.
Okay, that's a different level.
And nobody did anything. And then he went home. He got his stepfather's gun and he shot himself in the head. And no, Asher was another. Asher's the one that jumped off the bridge. So there was the kid that was having sex. I think he was having gay sex, and another kid took a camera and put it in the room and video and broadcast it to the whole school. And he went to Rutgers, and he jumped off a bridge and killed himself because he wasn't ready to deal with that. So when it comes to stuff like that, I am not
sure. Those are steps. Yeah, those are life crushing.
Yeah,
things
and there were kids that hung themselves because there was this girl that moved here from Ireland and in Boston, and this girl beat her. They kept beating her up, and the day she hung herself in her living room, the girl threw I think a Coke bottle or a Coke can at her head. She was 15, all over a boy, and then the girl hung herself and killed herself. And then the girl went on social media and was like, "I'm glad she's dead." Like those sociopaths, like that's different than a bully. That is a psychopath.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level for sure.
Yeah, those are demonic, and I am not in favor of that. I think that right there is where you really, I attacked 3 little boys that were bullying my son when he was in elementary school, and I grabbed them all and I threw him up against the wall. They beat him up the day before, and he almost lost his tooth. And I jumped them, and I told them, and you tell your mother I said it. And I said, if you ever touch my son again, I will kick your ass. And I promise you that I will. And I will go to jail gladly for my son because he's not like you. He's not one of those. There are 3 of you, and I don't know why you want to fight him. But if you want to fight him 1-on-1, but 3-on-1 is not going to happen. So I had to go to the principal's office.
Gangster. You got gangster mom right there.
For my kids at will. Because you know what happens? Those kids aren't being disciplined at home. So somebody's got to do it.
Sure. Hey, we're coming down to our final minute. Where can people learn more about you?
FunnyAida.com is my website, and you'll see everything that you need to, how to find me, social media, Twitter, Instagram.
If anyone is here in the LA area, they can actually catch you live tonight. Yeah,
at
out
Burbank.
At Flappers.
Yeah, in Burbank at Flappers at 10 o'clock. We're doing the Truth Serum show.
Well, I really appreciate you coming by
I'm
here.
glad. I like, how I feel about you, Jake.
Well, I want to make sure I got you on here and got a chance to, be on this side of the glass with you.
I love the holidays, though. I love them. I love the idea of, I like that it's lighthearted.
Yeah.
Because we go so hard on Tuesdays.
Oh, for sure. It is a different vibe there. We talk about serious issues that are going on and how it affects people. And Grand Theft Audio, I'm just taking a couple of minutes to make your day a little bit brighter.
I like it.
And,
then if you want to get down, then on Tuesdays, you tune into TRadioV.com at 4 p.m. Pacific time and Truth Serum, where Jake and I tackle some of the greater social issues that we deal with from a very truthful standpoint.
So thanks for coming in here and being on the other side of it. So you can always catch me at Jake Belcher GTA, and I guess I'm just going to say goodbye, Aida.
Bye! That's our thing.
That is our thing.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.